Or rarefied level of abstraction, our separateness, our notion of...
So we're here with you, Will Glazier, today in Bellingham. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Really, really awesome. Thanks for asking.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're in a few projects,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. One of them being Snug Harbor, which has been around for roughly 6 years now.
Yeah,
Is that
6
right?
or 7. Yeah, I think so. 6 and a half.
And that's sort of like an 8-piece kind of funky project of yours. Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, started at Snug Harbor in 2006, and we've been going strong ever since. The last couple years in particular have really been taking off for us.
And now we're here to talk about WillDABeast,
Yes.
to get to the real meat of this project. And tell me, I first want to know, why WillDABeast?
Gosh, I have no idea. Everyone just has these silly kind of names, and I wanted to stand out. I went by so many different names. I have a list of names in my cell phone. So the reason why I chose WillDABeast is you know, I guess there's a few of them, but I come from the East Coast, so it's got that whole East in it, and obviously my name being Will in it.
Oh, East. I didn't even think about that.
And so yeah, there's kind of like a little entendre there for the words, and but more, yeah, I mean, I went by a lot of things at first. DJ Somatics, I went by DJ Snug, I went by all these silly names, and people just started calling me WillDABeast as a nickname, and it kind of just stuck.
And explain to me, what is WillDABeast for you? What is the aim of your project?
The reason why WillDABeast started was because I wanted a way to express myself without having to necessarily have all of my 8 members of Snug Harbor with me all the time, which is an absolute blessing. Snug Harbor's been a dream come true, especially, you know, this year in particular has been huge for us. But I wanted a way to be able to express myself and make music with a more diverse crowd without having to, you know, jeopardize what I was doing because of travel constraints, or, you know, having to turn down gigs because they didn't pay the rest of my 8 members. And so I was getting really influenced on the other end of things. You know, my band Snug Harbor is very traditional based, very analog. I wanted a way to experiment and explore my other musical interests as well.
Totally. And what's the sort of, describe the sound a little bit of WillDABeast?
All right. Well, I would say like hip hop, electro soul is what we branded. Electro soul is the genre of what we're trying to do from WillDABeast, which is kind of like a new take on EDM. I would hate to say that EDM is even a part of it, but that's how they classify Michael Menard as well. But that's like saying James Brown played pop music. I'm way more invested in, you know, having a legacy that's based around creative output and creative intelligence rather than having a great time, which I also try and do and think is very important. You know, I go all out and try and make sure that there's visuals at my shows and make sure that the crowd's having a good time and that, you know, everyone's smiling. But, you know, when it comes down to it, I'm up there playing music and thinking about music as songs as opposed to a generic beat that people will dance to or just kind of like party down to.
And what sort of inspires your into your music making process? What is something that really kind of gets your creative juices flowing, if you will?
Yeah, my creative juices get flowing by honestly listening to other people, and I'm inspired often by those around me.
So those who may know you from Snug Harbor and from the Menard Big Band, Michael Menard Big Band, know that you play the trumpet. And so can you explain how that sort of ties into WillDABeast a little bit?
Oh, totally, yeah. So this is, WillDABeast is trumpet and horn infused hip-hop, glitch, soul, electro music, and everything is based off of horns and melodies. It's funny, I'm part of a lot of like electronic websites, and a huge part of it is about how do you make melody? How do, you know, it's like people are just making these, you know, generic beats, and it's like people are always searching for melody, so that's a huge thing, and I'm very excited. That's the main thing that's come out of WillDABeast more than anything. The main thing that's come out of WillDABeast is being able to work with incredible people, and what they need is melody, and they need and want to source their own samples. And so if I can provide a need for people, which is increasingly growing because of the popularity of the genre, then, you know, I feel like we're kind of on the cutting edge of something really special here.
And the last question, with this new album that's coming out in 2015, can Bellingham, are you going to have a different sound? Is there anything that we should really be looking for or excited for with that?
Just a bigger sound, a more unique sound. The new WillDABeast is going to be less sample-based, a lot more instrument-based and melodic based. I want to keep my music available for free as long as I can, and to make it just, you know, everybody's, because that's what it's about for me, is to try and just connect people and use those relationships for the better.